Get an email. Bet it's time to bring this up.
All right, yeah.
All right, cool. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to get enough credits to where I can be invited.
Credits, man. Credits don't matter. It's just all about how people are to me because
right.
And this goes back to around the time with my dad. I'm like, yo, if somebody's pouring into me as equally as I'm pouring into them, they are in my life. I no longer have people in my life where I'm doing the majority of the pouring.
And that's
perfectly
right.
You know what I mean?
Healthy. That's
absolutely. Because you control your space. But for what Keenan, so for New Year's Eve, we had a was it New Year's? Yeah, it was New Year's Eve.
I don't think it was, but go ahead.
No, it was because the next day, remember we were playing games. That was New Year's Day.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Okay. So New Year's Eve, we had basically like a sleepover. I had a lot of friends over, and we were like, yo, we're gonna do some goal writing before midnight, and then we're gonna watch movies, play games, and then the next morning, everybody wake up. We're gonna have brunch served. It's gonna be great.
Oh, dope.
And then the day of became even more crazier than New Year's Eve because it was like way more people, and it was myself, Keenan, Dion, and a young lady that I won't mention. So the young lady that I won't mention,
her name was Patricia Arquette.
That's so random.
So random ass name.
Patricia Arquette was very beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
I've seen anyway. So this particular day, Keenan didn't even see the beginning of this story. So this is why I'm gonna bring this up. So we're playing the game, and the young lady goes into the bathroom to relieve herself, right? Now, I'm somebody that when I go over anybody's house to use the bathroom, I turn the water on because I need you to have some ambient noise, right?
This was what I was talking about, but go ahead. This is another
But
version.
this is a good example.
This is a great example.
This is a great example.
This is a fucking great example.
This is great. So she's peeing, right? And I was like, man, sounds like a horse let loose, right? Everybody laughs. It's cool. Keenan looks at me and he was like, you're an asshole, bro. This is what I'm talking about. You don't know why you an asshole. This is why you an asshole. And I told him days later because I was like, man, why does he think I'm an asshole? I told Keenan days later, I said, Keenan, you know what's funny about me roasting her like that at that moment? She had said something about Dion and I the night before when nobody was there.
And that's fair.
When that happened, I was like, damn, I'm going to get you on the grandest stage of them all. You get what I'm saying?
Asshole. And
that's defending myself.
Well, here's the thing. Like you said, I'm going to now embarrass her in front of more people
than
it was.
See what you're saying.
Yeah, see.
Okay.
He gave a whole story. He was like, okay.
Where you pointing, nigga? Stop. All right.
But I'm listening.
No, I was gonna say. So now my point proven. But I was just gonna say. But Clay knows I love him. That's why. But that's my thing. Is like our friendship is like it's like I'm going to probably call out that stuff because it's like that's just like who I am also as a person. He was like, "Well, you an asshole." I said, "But I don't ever say that I'm not an asshole." You know what I'm saying?
That's the point that I was about to bring up.
Yeah.
I know I'm an asshole.
Right.
Yeah.
But my assholeness doesn't come from malicious intentions. My asshole is like,
Keenan is a fact checker, boy.
I ain't never been an asshole to you.
Really?
Oh, have I?
Oh my God.
Go for it.
I've been an asshole to you.
So,
well, I've been an asshole to everybody. I'll be honest. Go for it.
So I don't remember when this was, but this is Marty Day. This is when everybody knows Marty's.
Yeah, okay.
Shout out to Marty.
Shout out to Marty.
And I remember this is you came. I didn't even know this happened.
Now I realize why niggas don't fuck with me. First of all,
you came up to me and said this to me, and I didn't even ask or nothing like that. I was just sitting there. I think it was like me, you. I think it was Rail Battle, who's an asshole too, and I love Rail.
Oh my God,
and
Rail's the greatest.
Well, he's the other person that I feel like became more humble with his success.
We have to.
Okay. I don't want to interrupt this, but I have to only because you said Real Battle. My memory is trash with this. Real Battle is not an asshole. Real Battle.
He's not.
He is one of the most confident. But this motherfucker he will give you the shirt off his back.
When I say asshole, I don't mean they won't help you out. I mean they'll say some wild shit like, nigga, you didn't have to say that. But what I'm saying is just like, but Rail will be like, nigga, I got you. Or he's
not
like,
a bad person.
Yeah, and he's not a bad. When I say
Trey,
asshole,
have I ever been an asshole to you?
No.
So
that was such a humble.
You hit me up with Nichelle. First time I got out here.
So when I say it's not like you could be an asshole but help somebody out, but be an asshole but help somebody out, right?
Right.
Give me his asshole.
What's my asshole? What did I do?
Okay. What's my asshole?
No, for real.
All right.
Let's go for it.
This is a wild episode. A wild episode. First, I would say when you have looked out for sure, you threw me in sketches early.
I did.
Yes. So the assholeness comes from, I remember it was just at Marty's. It was me, you, and Rail sitting outside the lobby. We're in the lobby part of Marty's. and
VIP.
out of nowhere, you put your hand on my shoulder and you go, "Hey, man." It's probably like maybe around my early years of comedy, so maybe my 3rd or 4th year. You was like, "Hey, man, you know what? Back in the day, I used to purposely walk out on your set, man. When you used to go on stage, I would be like, this nigga's, he's too new or too trash. I'm walking out." And you said, "I used to walk out on your shit all the time. But you've gotten strong. You've gotten a lot better, man. So now I don't walk out on your sets." And I was like, "Shit,
I don't think
nigga."
That is honest.
That's
I
that's hilarious.
I don't think
I was
that's
like,
me.
shit.
But see, that's not malice intention.
Okay, I feel that.
You see what I'm
okay,
saying?
I see what you're saying.
Okay, exactly. So that was
Put the hand on his shoulder.
that was me trying to be funny.
Yeah.
That was me trying to be funny, but at the same time telling him you are fucking getting good.
You got better. You're right.
And I understand that.
Yeah.
I think what tweaked it too was, I believe it was Rel's response. He was like, "Nigga, like, you didn't have to say it like you didn't have to say that, nigga."
Right. I
And
can see that.
somebody like Rel would normally, I would expect Rel to be like, "Nah, he's right. He'll co-sign,
Yeah,
right?"
right.
Rel would be the type of nigga that would co-sign, but because of his assholeness, but it's also his confidence.
Right,
He's been like,
right.
"Yeah, I've been this good, so nigga,
So I
whatever."
gave you a compliment in the asshole way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Real
So
battle. Go ahead.
So what I'm saying is, it's like, if I don't know any of your other instances outside of that, in a sense, right? In a sense of what other people, how they might view you.
Right.
But I mean, I would go. I guess for you, like you said, you was like, "Yo, you thought you were coming out like, yo, I'm giving this guy a compliment."
Right.
Whereas it can come across multiple ways. It can come across as a compliment. It can come across as you shitting on somebody. It can come across as split between the both, like asshole and shitting. It can come across, you know what I'm saying, or asshole and being cool.
Well, yeah,
So-
but I'll own up to my assholeness though.
Right. So
Right.
so I think that's where probably even some of your stuff, maybe even with other people, can probably be skewed if if you did something similar, not the same tone, not the same thought process in a
Right.
sense, but like you said something that was kind of slick, but you was actually giving a compliment. It might be like, "Hey, nigga, that was like a backhanded compliment." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I tell you what, niggas better accept these compliments.
That's the problem.
Right,
Niggas
that's
be
the
accepting
problem.
these compliments.
You feel like I've ever been an asshole to you?
You've never been an asshole to me, but I also think it's like because of how we met. But I don't think like the people who've been assholes to me, they never make it anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's not like I'm like, "Hey, fuck him." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
like,
You want to know my biggest problem with LA?
yeah.
Here's my biggest problem. This is my biggest problem.
Hmm.
Why I kind of became like reclusive.
Mm.
With my day one friends,
Yeah.
I'm an asshole.
Shout out to the Day One podcast.
Shout out to the Day One podcast.
Mhm.
I'm an asshole.
Right.
Meaning I could be authentically me
Mhm.
with them
Mhm.
without me feeling like our friendship is gonna be in jeopardy.
Oh, can't do
That's
that out
good.
here.
That's most,
That's good.
Woo,
Yeah.
woo,
Is that-
woo.
right.
So then I came to LA.
Mm.
So it went for me to feel comfortable enough to say that to you. That mean I'm like, I really fuck with Keenan.
Yeah.
Got it.
You
So,
see what
so,
I'm
so there's a lack of clarification between us,
right?
in that, and knowing that,
anybody.
right. And anybody, yeah.
So if I started talking a certain type of way to people
Mhm.
because I'm like, man, I fuck with this nigga.
Yeah.
I feel like I could now open up
I get that.
and,
Right.
be, and be genuine
Right.
because all of LA is let me fucking smile and let me.
It sucks.
You see what I'm saying? And you can't be your authentic self with people. So
Right.
if it so now that you know that, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
But that's been my issue with LA, meaning I can't really be me because if I'm really me,
Mm.
niggas go take it the wrong way.
But let me ask you this then.
I'm listening.
Let me ask
Right.
you this. So if it's somebody else doing that same thing to you,
They do it. My niggas do it.
No, not your niggas. Like let's say it's somebody that like let's say it's either somebody you might look up to or somebody that's like career wise higher up, and they come to you and they hit you with something. I don't. It ain't gotta be necessarily similar,
Right.
But they shoot you with something. You telling me you don't feel a way at all? Like, hey, nigga,
If it's a compliment,
If it's a compliment,
if it's a compliment, it's different. But if it's like a backhanded compliment, like a shit on, and then, but also, yeah, is it kind of like,
if it's somebody I fuck with,
Mm.
I'm gonna be able to receive it. If
okay,
it's somebody I fuck with,
got you.
if it's somebody I don't know that well,
Right.
then I'm not gonna be able to. So by that point,
Mm.
like you said, you've been out there 3 or 4 years, right?
Right,
You've been out
yeah.
here 3 or 4 years. I'm feeling comfortable with you.
Mhm.
Right.
The issue me and Keon had was we at Marty's. He was new out there,
Yeah.
and I'm on stage, and he gave me the light.
Mm. Which I'm sure you were running, right?
I was running the light at Marty's.
But this is somebody newer
But
than
this
you.
is somebody newer than
it.
me.
I get it.
In my mind,
That's crazy.
and what I said to him in that moment, I said, nigga, we don't know each other like that. Nigga, you not feel. I said, I don't know what the fuck you think this is, nigga.
Wow.
Because
gave you the lie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in my mind, in that moment, I've only known you for a few months.
Yeah.
We've only had a few interactions.
Mm.
We haven't built any type of rapport.
Right.
If any
was
of
he
y'all,
the host or something?
No.
That would be different.
He wanted to go up.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it's like you're a new comedian.
Yeah.
So if
The gall.
and I'm me.
Yeah.
I've accomplished certain shit.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm on stage like, nigga, I'm the reason. I said it like, nigga, I'm the reason Marty's lights is on. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I'm the one that's fucking coming here every day paying this $5. You done rolled into town new, and you giving me the light. So I didn't have that rapport.
Right.
If any of y'all right now, if I was on stage performing and y'all niggas gave me like, nigga, I'd be like, y'all right.
y'all right.
Y'all right. And I would get
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
but no, I would. And I would be like, all right, y'all right. I'm running like, leave the fuck on outside.
Because I would say to that, if I'm anywhere and if a nigga is running the light by too much.
I've never run the light crazy in my life, bro. I just performed at the Laugh Factory. Lonnie said you are the second comedian in history at the Laugh Factory that got off before I gave him the light. She told
who the first?
Who?
It has to be me.
You.
Now, I would say it has to be me too, because Lonnie's definitely like, you did like 9.5.
Yeah.
You know who
yeah.
You. Clayton runs the light.
Oh, I know, nigga.
Right. I don't run the light like that. So I said all of that.
I know you wouldn't like.
So even at Marty's, and that's what I was saying to him. Even at Marty's, if I was running the light, it was on it's Marty's. I'm working out material. I didn't see the big deal in it, but for me to like go over like 20, I don't do no shit like that. I know comedians that do shit like that.
That's crazy.
That's true, and I don't know the length of the light run, but I do know. I'll say this: even
probably 5 to 7.
Nigga, that is hella long. So it's like I understand him probably being new, but him being like, yo, either niggas might have some place to go to next or whatever.
Oh, I completely respect it,
but it's still not how that works.
So I understand that, but
not when to me you're an open mic comedian. In my eyes, you're an open mic comedian giving me the light.
But here's the thing: we're technically all open mic comedians at that point. If we're in this specific, I think that's where it comes into. It's like,
come on now, Keenan.
No, but that's what this. I mean, we all look at it different, right? I understand there are levels 100%.
Oh, okay.
There's 100%.
I was on a higher level.
Yeah. But here's the thing: it's like, I understand this. I do humble myself when I come in those spaces, right?
I do too.
So if I'm coming into a Marty's, even if I let's say I've been on TV at that point in time, I'm not going to now be like, well, nigga, I've been on TV. I'm going to be like, all right, nigga, this is the truth. Like I came here, I paid my $5. I'm supposed to do my 5. If I run it by a minute or 2, maybe, then that might be a little different. But if it's like 7 minutes, if it was me too, and I know if it was a bigger nigga, I'm like, hey, like, nigga, get the fuck off the stage.
This is the difference. What you would do. I know this for a fact. You would go to whoever the host is, and you would probably say, hey, man, you might need to give him the light. I doubt you would pull out your phone
do that either.
And give somebody the light. I doubt that.
Well,
not at that moment.
Here's the thing. I'm glad I'm a new person. I'm not as angry as I used to be. But I think I definitely wouldn't have at that time. Right. At that time, I was a very angry person. So I think I probably would have been like, hey, man, I would have said something like, hey, nigga, it's been like 5, whatever.
But that's funny, though.
Yeah.
I kind of see that one.
And then if there was a back and forth, I feel like at that time, my aggression would have probably been like, all right, when you get off stage, let's just handle this outside type thing. Not necessarily, I'm not pointing at you specifically.
I'm about to say, I don't think nobody want that smoke with me now.
But I mean, like that at that time for me, it didn't matter who was. Size, it didn't matter height.
I'm the same way. We both short.
But it's like, but I think too, his probably from where he's coming from is like, it doesn't matter what you've been on. You're at an open mic, so respect the rules of what's happening.
And let me push back on that a little bit, because every level of this game, you're gonna experience that. Somebody with more credit,
they're gonna bump you all that stuff.
So
for sure,
that's something that you.
Bro, I just got bumped off of a show, like a whole show, because of Ti. Right. I'm talking about fuck going late. I got bumped off. They was like, you was on the show. Yeah. You are no longer on the show. And guess what? When they asked me, when they talked, it was like, did you ever think you was gonna get bumped by Ti doing stand up in your life? And I said, hey man, it's Ti.
You gotta
That-
remember, you
I was
might have
just-
seen him in the streets, but you don't know
Know
him.
him.
Want me down, I get it.